Does the city have resources to further invest in home repair? Would you go other places to find some of that money?
Yes, and yes. The city has resources, and the city will have to prioritize the resources that it does have, but we will also have to build coalitions and partnerships, and I've done that. That's how I've been so successful at THAW. I've built relationships with nonprofits. I've built relationships with philanthropy. I'm a former trustee of the board for the Kresge Foundation, so I know philanthropy well and know how to work with them to help fill some of the gaps.
So, Detroit finalized its $3 billion with a B dollar
Mhm.
budget. What was the size of the budget at THAW?
20 million, 20 to 25 million. The lowest was about 17 million while I was there. The highest was about 26 million. And like most nonprofits, it varied from year to year.
Mhm. The reason I ask, I mean, obviously that's a much larger the city is a
Absolutely.
much larger
Mhm.
organization, right?
Yeah.
And you talked about your executive experience, your CEO experience.
Mhm.
I'm curious about who you're gonna bring in to
Mm.
help you do this. You know, the mayor has a big job, but it's not solely on their shoulders.
Right.
There's a cabinet, there's department heads.
Mhm.
Mayor Duggan brought on a lot of people that he had kind of crossed paths with, worked under him in his various roles before
Mhm.
becoming the mayor at the Detroit Medical Center and at the county and some of the other jobs that he did.
Yes.
Do you have kind of a bench of people that you're going to be bringing in? Do you plan to keep a lot of continuity there with his administration staff? How would you kind of approach that?
It'll be a combination of both. There are people in the Duggan administration that are highly talented and are doing a good job. Those people I would work to keep. I know some of them are leaving as we speak,
Yeah.
so hopefully everybody, who is highly talented won't leave before the next mayor comes in, which I hope to be me. But also, over my time, I have built up really strong relationships in nonprofit, across government, across philanthropy. The benefit of having worked with the corporate community and the philanthropy community and so many nonprofits is that I've worked with a lot of highly talented people that some of them I'm tapping as I work through my policies and my platform for this race, but also I tap them if the voters decide I should be our next mayor.
Mhm. Are there particular departments that you see as being like more critical than others?
Wow. So the finance and budget departments are absolutely critical because that's where it all starts and ends,
Mhm.
right? So making sure that we continue our revenue conferences, making sure that we continue our responsible fiscal practices, which have enabled us to increase our credit ratings, will be very important. So, yes, that is critical. Another department that I think is critical that the city figures out and makes more efficient is building safety and engineering.
Mhm.
It's right now about 77 steps to start a new business in the city of Detroit, which makes that's a real barrier to entry. If we want to be a city that is business friendly and we say we want to attract investment and innovation and jobs, we have to make it easier to do that. So, our licensing process, the permitting process for businesses and for residents. When I talk to residents, if you're having your kitchen remodeled, you have to have 3 inspectors. You got to take off work 3 times
Mhm.
for them to inspect your kitchen. That's not the way it should be. If 3 inspectors could show up at the same time, why wouldn't we make it easier for our residents and businesses?